Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
1 second, you're enjoying your day off. The next, your phone buzzes. A window's been broken at home. You're miles away. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT's professionally installed security systems monitor your home 24/7. They're backed by the most company-operated monitoring centers in the industry, so you're always supported during an emergency. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Hey weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this is a mini morbid.
It's so tiny small.
A little tiny small.
That was pretty.
It was like kind of country.
It was a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll.
Oh. Isn't that a song like I'm a little bit
Sure is.
country?
The Osmonds.
And rock and roll.
I'm a little bit country.
And a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
I'm a little bit tone deaf.
Everybody's like, and I'm done with this now.
All right, well, since it is a mini morbid, perhaps we should just dive into the quick business that we have. And
Hell
then
yeah.
I'd like you to tell me a story, if you will.
And we're just going to dive into that case.
Okay.
Like a scuba diver.
Ooh, I scuba
we
dived
won't get
this
the
week,
bends.
and you scuba dived this week.
Yeah?
We scuba dived together.
What?
Remember deep dives?
Oh my god, I was so confused. I was like, we did not, Ash. I thought like so. I was like, we did not go to the water
You're like,
together.
you just became a
I was
pathological
like, what just
liar.
happened? I thought you broke for a second, but that's okay.
I'm not broken.
You're not.
I'm broken in another way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Okay, anyways, I almost just said January 30th we'll be at the Gramercy.
Be there, be square.
We already did that.
We did. It was awesome.
It was the littest of the tittest.
It sure was.
Oh my god, wait, have we even told people that we're going to be at Death Becomes Us?
No, we haven't.
Shit.
So there it is.
We're going to be at the Death Becomes Us festival April 23rd at the Gramercy.
Hell yeah, we're coming back to the Gramercy.
I loved the Gramercy.
The Gramercy was rad.
Everyone that worked there was so nice.
And the Death Becomes Us festival is going to be the shit. I cannot wait for it.
I'm so stoked.
We're going to be doing an awesome case.
Oh fuck, I have to get more pants.
She sure does, guys.
I only have one pair on deck, and I was going to wear them to Philly.
So you know what? If you missed the first Gramercy show on January 30th, you get another chance. And you don't just get to see us. You get to see all kinds of cool stuff.
Many cool things.
Many cool things. So let me tell you, come to the Death Becomes Us festival. We will post a link in all of our shit so you can go to it. But go do it. Buy tickets to our show there. It's going to be so fun. We have a really fun case, guys. I swear. Be there, be square.
Are you done?
Do it.
I was like, holy shit, monologue.
I was on a roll.
Well, before that, April 14th, we're going to be at the Punchline Comedy Club in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
You should be there too. It's going to be awesome.
Be there or be square. And the very next day, we'll be at the DC Improv in Washington, D.C.
Monuments.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them.
I know. I've never been to Philly or Washington.
Me neither, and I'm really excited.
I've also never been to Huntsville, Alabama, but we will be there May 6th at Stand Up Live.
We're going to be roll tiding and war eagling.
And everything in between.
Sure are. We
Respect
support it
for
all.
everyone.
Respect.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me.
Ooh, it's one of those.
Did you like that?
I did.
Are you just upset that I'm going to
really
sing throughout
did.
the whole episode?
I love it.
That was really convincing. Asshole.
I'm not a good actress, apparently.
Nope.
No.
May 7th, early and late at Zany's in Nashville.
Zanies, we're coming for ya.
We're going to get all zany.
We're going to get so zany that night.
I'm feeling pretty zany right now.
I am too.
And then June 12th in Chicago at Talia Hall, which looks like the most sexy venue.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Talia
a sexy,
Hall.
unique venue.
It's so sexy. It's so spooky. And speaking of Chicago, we've had a few people, especially from Chicago, but from other places too, telling us like great places to go in their city
That's so nice.
In fact, this guy named John emailed us today and told us all these amazing places to go in Chicago.
John!
And I was like, John, what up? You have a great name, and you're just a sweet fella.
I'm so stoked.
I really appreciate it, and everybody's been so sweet about it.
They really
so
have.
much. We can't wait to meet you and just smush your faces. It's gonna be great.
I don't think we're allowed to do that.
You know what? I'll.
You'll do what you want.
In spirit, I will smush your faces, okay?
Yeah.
Just know that I'm thinking about it.
Just know that she's smushing your face.
I am. In my brain, I'm smushing your face. So I want to say that everybody was so sweet about the episode we just dropped yesterday.
The Dory
about
and Corey
Dory and Corey and the
episode.
mummy in her closet. Everybody seemed to dig it, so we got great feedback from it, and you guys have been awesome. So thanks so much for giving us such lovely sentiments about it.
Can I do a spoiler for next week's episode?
Yes, you can.
Okay, we're so excited, and like we had such great feedback from it that we're gonna do Venus Extravaganza next week.
We are. We're just gonna ride this Paris is Burning wave.
I'm pretty lit for it.
Because I was, like I said in the episode, I was going to do both those cases in one episode, but I had way too much information about Dorian, and I didn't want to make it too long.
You?
I know, crazy.
Too much information?
I know, and brevity is usually my thing.
It is, I'm saying.
But yeah, so we're going to do Venus Extravaganza, probably for the mini next week.
Yeah,
because I think
just a smaller case.
Unfortunately, it's an unsolved case, so it's not a ton of information about it, but we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So tonight, however...
What are we doing, sis?
Tonight, we're doing a Scottish episode.
Scottish?
Ooh, the end of that didn't go well. But, you know, we're flying.
I thought
with
it was good.
All right, cool. Thank you.
I got Shrek vibes.
Okay, good. That's what I was going for. I happen to be half Scottish, guys, so I'm really feeling this one.
So if you're half Scottish...
You're like a quarter Scottish.
Okay, because once and for all...
Or less than that, actually.
You're my
probably.
aunt.
Yeah.
Technically.
So you're probably less than a quarter Scottish.
But she's really my sister, and if you say that we're not sisters, I'll come and fight you.
But we digress.
Do I?
I'm half Scottish. Back to that.
You're like, I'm not your sister.
I'm half Scottish. So this, I figured we needed to bring one from the homeland. Gotta do it.
Let's get it.
Gotta do it. For Clan Urquhart. That's what we gotta do.
What do you think would happen if I did the embark dog test with my saliva?
Guys, do you see what I have to deal with every single day?
They'd be like, you're a golden retriever.
Like, what was that even?
Because I was thinking about...
No, I know your thought process.
Lineage.
I do know your thought process, unfortunately.
But what would happen? Embark just pulled their sponsorship.
So today we're going to be covering the case of... Wow. The...
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, because this is actually a really brutal case, so we got the giggles out ahead of time. Now, this is a real brutal case.
Okay.
So somber nation has come. This is the case of the brutal murder of Paige Doherty by John Leathem.
Okay.
John Leathem is a literal piece of human garbage.
A piece of wet lettuce, if you will.
A piece of the wettest lettuce.
Soggy lettuce.
Lettuce that has been moistened by pea that has not seen hydration in 3 months.
Whoa.
And has only been fed asparagus.
Stanky, moist lettuce. Straight
up just yellow pea.
Wow, that's foul. Okay,
that's what
anyways.
So glad we could take you there.
You're welcome.
Paige Doherty was 15 years old.
15?
Yeah, a baby.
Yeah.
A baby. She was born on April 17th, 2000 in Clydebank, Scotland.
That makes me feel old.
I know, 2000.
Whenever
I see that, I'm like, whoa.
Shoot.
So her mother is Pamela Monroe, and she had a stepfather, Andy Monroe. She is very, very, very close to her parents. I mean, her mother was like her best friend.
Oh.
Her stepfather, she literally referred to him as like the greatest thing that ever happened to her. Like,
oh,
he's just this wonderful stepfather. It's just like, it's one of those scenarios where you're like, that just worked.
He like pieced together the family.
Yeah, it's just like he was like the missing piece.
I love stories like that.
I know, right? And they just seem like this really like happy, awesome family. She's the oldest. She had a younger sister and 2 younger brothers. And they all just seemed like this really happy, normal, functioning family. Which,
yeah.
honestly, nowadays is so rare to
it
see
is.
like a happy obviously, I'm sure they were like a normal family, and it wasn't like hunky-dory all the time. Like
It wasn't like the Brady Bunch.
Exactly. But like, it seemed like they were just like one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You know? So Paige was very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
She was 4'8".
Wow.
Yeah, she was
Shorter
very
than
petite.
you even.
Yeah, shorter than me even. Very tiny, very petite. She was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like long dark hair. She just like, she's one of those girls that you're like, you didn't even have to try.
Like you woke up like that.
You just woke up like that.
Okay.
Like she Beyonce'd. Like she just looked like that. She was also super into makeup, super into fashion,
Yes.
very into hair.
Yes.
She had aspirations of becoming a hairstylist.
Yes.
And in fact, she had a part-time job at a hair salon. She worked on
Yes.
Saturday mornings. I think she just like did assistant things around the salon. You know what I mean? Like you would know better
the worst
than
things ever.
I. But she loved it. She just really loved this job.
I love that.
Yeah, and it was just on Saturday mornings. It was just like to make some extra money, to get the experience, and she just loved being around that.
And that's like
you
the
know?
best day to be in the salon on a
Exactly.
Saturday. It's like
Hustle and bustle.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like and she just, that was what she wanted to do. So it's like, what better job to get at 15 when you have aspirations of that
Right.
than to work in that environment.
And to get your foot in the doorway like that early on is a big deal.
Exactly. She was known as being very respectful, very loving. She was a very kind girl.
Aw.
She was a very normal teenage girl. Like, it's not like she was, you know, this like crazy wild child, and she wasn't like, you know, they talk about her like a very normal girl. Like,
Yeah.
very normal, very, you know, of course she could be moody like a regular teenager. They don't try to like paint her as like a not human being.
Right.
But she was by no means like a wild child. She respected her parents. They had a great relationship. She was very,
I mean, the fact that she had a job at 15 is like huge.
like, it really was. And people say she wouldn't hurt a fly. She wasn't mean. She wasn't, you know, she wasn't catty.
She was just a good kid.
Yeah, she was just sweet. She had a boyfriend named Dylan who
Aw.
really liked her.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Young
he's like a really
love.
sweet, like, and he's adorable.
that's the
Ugh.
purest.
Yeah, it really is. And like any other teenager, she was, I mean, pretty much attached to her phone. That phone never left her hand.
Yep.
She was never seen without it. She was always looking down at it. Very into social media.
Yep.
In fact, the social media thing and the phone thing being such a huge part of her life is part of the reason that she was like, it was noticeable that she was missing.
So
when
that
she
was
went missing.
helpful.
Yeah.
And that was like prime time social media. That's when
Exactly.
like everything was coming out.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, it played a huge role in this case.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
So Friday, March 18th, 2016, Paige had a sleepover at her friend Lauren's house. Just a regular, you know, you're 15 years old, you sleep at a friend's house.
Yeah.
This was a Friday night, so Saturday morning she had to wake up and go to work. And she did, because she loved her job again. So she was like, it's totally fine to get up and go. So March 19th, the Saturday, she woke up, left early, on her way to the salon. And on her way to the salon, since it was early morning, she usually stopped at like a deli or a coffee place to grab, you know, like a breakfast sandwich, something to eat on the way in. And again, because her shifts were early. So by midday that day, Dylan, her boyfriend, had not heard anything from her.
Uh-oh.
And he said, this is weird. There was no texts. And she wasn't responding to texts. And he was like, that was weird for her.
Yeah.
She, again, always had her phone, always answered back. And he was like, you know, it immediately gave me like, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
Even though she was at work, she could always take a break and shoot me a quick text like we all do.
Yeah.
So Dylan was really concerned. And then by lunchtime, he still hadn't heard anything.
And was her shift probably like over-ish around
No,
then?
I think her shift was still going on, but he was like,
She would have had a break
should have
by
at
now.
least once responded.
Yeah.
Because again, she started early morning.
Right.
So Dylan's super worried. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call the hair salon and just make sure she got there, okay? Because he wasn't like being like, why the hell isn't she answering me?
He was worried about
like,
her safety.
I just want to make sure she got there.
Yeah.
Like, so he calls the hair salon and he's like, is she okay? Like, did she make it to work today? Like,
right.
Is she there? And the boss is like, yeah, she never came to work today. And the boss was also like, she also never called in.
That's weird that they wouldn't have like called her parents.
Well, they were just like, yeah, they were like, she didn't come in today and she didn't call in, so we just,
a no call, no show. We just assumed.
Yeah, they just were like a no call, no show. I mean,
yeah.
She's a 15-year-old teenager. I don't think they were like
thinking too much about
thinking it was too crazy that a teenager might do a no call, no show.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, the boss is like, yeah, she didn't come, she didn't call. Don't know what to tell you.
Right.
So Dylan is like, okay, that's weird.
Right.
Like, that is not normal for her. What the fuck's going on? Why wouldn't she text me to tell me if she was sick or something? Like, this is weird. Why isn't she? He was like, blah. So he calls Pam, her mom.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I called. I hadn't heard from her all day. Have you heard from? Is she home?
Yeah.
And Pam was like, no, she's not home. She was supposed to be at work. And he was like, she's not at work.
Right.
So Pam's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
what
like,
do you mean she's not
weird.
at work? So Dylan goes online and is like, I'm going to look at social media, see if she's been on it all today.
Right.
So he goes on. He sees that none of her social media profiles have had any activity.
Okay.
No comments, no nothing, like no status updates, like
no like online now button.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you can tell when somebody's been online or like liking things and all that.
Yeah.
And he looks and he's like, okay, the last she was online was last night,
right,
when she was at her friend's house. So he's like, that's really weird too. So he tells her mom and they're like, this is not like her. So they immediately call the police,
right,
which good for them, because they were like, we're not wasting any time here. Police arrived at her house. They spoke to her family, her mom, her stepfather. Friends of hers went on social media to ask if anyone had seen her. By that evening, no one had heard anything. Yeah. And all her friends were saying, we haven't heard from her either. We haven't, and that's weird. Why have none of us gotten a text? So already it's looking pretty grim. Right. Police started a search team that evening. Volunteers went out and searched for her that evening, all in like the nearby areas, like woods and around the shops and the route that she had taken. This went into Sunday morning. Again, no activity at all. Things are not looking good. They're not finding anything. So there was of course they're going to be like, could she have run away? Would she have done this on her own? Literally no one in her life was thinking that she would do. They were like, no, it just doesn't, no. And this wasn't one of those like, no, of course not. She wouldn't have done that. They were like, no, like it's just like
that's a preposterous thing to
not
even
only
think.
Is that not like her in that she was very happy in her life and the people around her, but like she didn't have any money, right? And they were like,
where would she have gone?
And why would she leave her friend Lauren's house, not tell her friend Lauren that she was going to disappear?
And her phone probably would have been active, like
exactly. There would have been some activity, right? And someone would have known, right? Like, where's she going? And it's like her boyfriend. She's just leaving her boyfriend. She's just leaving like...
And like all of a sudden after like a sleepover, like a very normal thing.
Yeah. And she wasn't acting strange that night. Like Lauren said, she was her normal self this morning when she woke up and went to work. Like, nothing was off. Right. So that went away pretty quickly. They were like, all right,
they
that's
just like
not
kind of
what
have
this
to
is.
ask.
But they always have to do that, So they immediately started a Facebook group so that they could get the word out quicker. And it was the Help Find Paige Facebook group. Oh. They were sharing her photo, like many photos of her in various angles and everything, just so people could really get an idea of what she looked like. Right. Pam posted pictures of the clothing she was wearing that day. And they put down like places she stopped for coffee, places she would stop for eat, like in the mornings, like often places she frequented. Right, like her normal routine places. Has anyone seen her here? Please keep an eye out. They basically just gave us many pieces of info as they could, and friends were doing this. Like all her friends were like desperately trying to get information.
I always think of like what it would be like if like this happened and like to one
awful.
of your friends. Like I can't imagine that feeling.
Yeah, like helpless.
Right.
Because what can you do? All you can do is sit there and be like, help.
Right. And like
Like, you can
try
just
your
ask
best,
for
but
help.
it's like you just don't know like what you're supposed to
And
do.
you just have no idea.
And the
No
unknown
idea.
must be like the scariest part of the whole experience.
Oh, that's what all I can think about is her mother and just like
yeah, especially your mom.
having
and
no
her
idea.
sisters and her brothers.
No idea what is happening to her. If she's, you know, like no idea.
Yeah.
Is she cold? Is she hurt?
And your
Is she-
brain like plugs in all these different
Yeah.
scenarios. That's all. That just
Yeah.
makes my heart hurt for like her family.
And we'll learn later, I'll mention it, that her mother had such a close bond with her
Yeah.
that she knew right away.
yeah.
She said there was not one part of her that believed that she was okay.
Oh, that just made my
Yeah.
stomach flip.
And it's like, it's just because their bond was so
You
strong
know.
that she was like, I just know.
Right. Oh, that makes
which
me
is like,
so sad.
to have no hope and to have to pretend to have hope.
Right.
Just for the
And
sake
like
of
convince
everybody
yourself
else.
to have hope.
Exactly. They made up missing posters and they were posting them everywhere in Clydebank, around her work route, around those shops that she stopped at for food in the mornings, everywhere. Police went searched from her friend's house to the work, like the whole route. They went like bit by bit by bit to try to find anything. They were coming up completely empty.
Oh my God.
And they were like, what the hell happened here? Because they know she was saying that she, I guess she had told her friend Lauren, you know, like, I'm just going to stop for something to eat and then I'm going to go to work.
Right.
So they were like somewhere in between getting something to eat, because they were pretty sure she did get something to eat, and they find out that she did. That, and going to the bus
Something
to go to
went
work.
wrong.
What happened?
Right.
Like, where did this happen? It's like a
Right.
very small area and a very small length of time that
Right.
something had to happen. So again, they started at Lauren's home. They went to the bus stop. By her bus stop was this group of shops.
Okay.
Now, the group of shops was like 5 or 6 shops. I don't remember how many. And so the police were like, okay, let's go in here. So they went into each shop and they talked to each of the owners and were like, have you seen this girl?
Right.
So they spoke to a guy named Ashi Ahmed. He owned one of the shops, and he said, yes, I did see her Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
She did come in here. And he said, or no, she didn't come in the shop, but he said, I did see her. And he said she was going into the deli 2 doors down.
Okay.
And I waved at her because he said I often saw Paige in the morning. She came to that deli a lot.
My heart.
And he said, so I waved at her and she waved back at me.
This is kind of crazy because your story and the story that I'm going to cover have a lot of weird similarities.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
It just reminded me of a part of mine.
That's so weird because we don't tell each other what our minis are.
No.
So that's funny. So yeah, he said I saw her, and he said I saw her around like between 8:15 and 8:30 a.m. And he said I know that because I was making the rolls and I make them at the same time every morning.
Right.
So I know that that's what it was.
Good for him to be able to give that much information.
He was great. He was like very instrumental in starting this investigation off.
Right.
And actually her family said, quote, we've known the Ahmeds for 25 years. The family are grateful for what they did because they stood up early and told the truth.
Oh.
And because a lot of people might be a little scared, like in this kind of investigation, they might be a little scared to be like, you know what, I just don't even want to get involved.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to go about my business.
But I'm sorry, if you fucking have information and you don't get involved, you're fucked up.
If you, like, in this kind of situation, if they come to you and say, did you see this girl?
Say everything you saw.
Say what you saw.
Yep.
Never hide that shit.
Nope.
So he said she had done this in the weeks before. She'd come to the deli, gotten a roll, all that good stuff. And she had either stopped at his shop to get a roll or had gone to what he called Johnny's Deli a couple doors down. That morning she went into the deli. This deli was actually called Delicious Deli, and it was owned by John Leathem. But they knew each other, so he called him Johnny.
Sure.
Now, Ashley said that he had spoken to Johnny later that night, and he had confirmed that she was in there buying a roll and a sausage, and that she was cheerful and bright, like she always was.
Right.
Nothing was out of the ordinary. He was like, yeah, she grabbed a roll and a sausage and went on her
way.
way, like every other, Saturday morning when she does it.
Yep.
So police were like, okay. So who in here has CCTV footage of the outside of these shops? Everybody had them on the insides, but like not all of them had them on the outside. One shop had it, and it was Ashi Ahmed's shop that had the CCTV footage.
Shout out to the Ahmeds.
Yeah, the Ahmeds are really on their shit.
Right?
So they really wanted to see, they wanted to confirm the time she went in the deli. They wanted to see what direction she went when she left the deli, because that's what they were like, okay, great, we're gonna see where she went,
and maybe
we're gonna
like
be able
her
to follow
demeanor,
it.
like
see if something
was somebody
weird.
following her.
Yeah, like get a better look at what she was wearing,
Yep.
making sure that she didn't seem like erratic. See that she had her phone, maybe.
Yep.
So they're basically just wanting to see what's our next move, because at this point they're just
They have nowhere to go
They're
currently.
like, we've looked everywhere in the route, we don't know what the fuck to do now.
Right.
So police were like, all right, we just need like a little chunk of this footage. I guess it was on the CCTV footage would record 12 days of footage at a time, and then it would like loop back and record over that.
Okay.
So they would always have like 12 days at a time of footage.
Okay.
So they were like, we really only need like a few hours of footage here, because we're just looking at this day, so we'll just take this chunk of footage.
Yeah.
So they bring it back to the station. It has to go through some kind of conversion so they can watch it, because obviously it's not just like,
It's not like DVR.
Yeah. And so Monday, March 21st, 2016 was when they got this. That was when a body was found.
Oh.
When they were just getting ready to convert this footage.
Oh no.
This was 48 hours after Paige went missing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
That's
really
really quick.
Really quick. So a dog walker had been walking in this little wooded area near Clydebank, and they had seen human legs under a bush.
Oh no.
They immediately called police, because can you imagine seeing human legs just popping out from behind a bush?
No, I cannot.
That would fuck you up. They had gone and said, so the police showed up, and they said it was a young female body, and it was only half a mile away from where she was last seen at the shops. So it's not looking great. The body was taken to be identified at the morgue. They were doing a post-mortem workup. Her family was contacted.
Oh no.
But they didn't know if it was Paige yet. So they contacted her family and said, look, a body was found, just so you know.
Right.
Her mother, Pam, said, quote, the police said it was maybe a 20-year-old girl, and I was like, it can't be Paige, because she's tiny. She doesn't look 20.
Right.
You couldn't mistake her for a 20-year-old, but I knew. I knew on Saturday night that something had happened to her, because she hadn't contacted me. But then when you hear on the Monday that a body has been found, and it's like 5 minutes over the back from us, I was like, it's got to be her.
Oh God.
Yeah, and she said, she was like, I just knew. Like, I
Right.
knew it. I had already known it. The police were at their home already, at Pam and Andy's home.
Yeah.
Because they were taking statements from them. Because at this point, she had been missing for 48 hours. They were running out of, ideas of leads and stuff. So they were obviously starting to search her home, speaking with her family, just trying to get really
Anything
latch
they
on
can.
to anything that they can.
Right.
So they told her that there were 3 girls missing currently.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 2 had brown hair, 1 was blonde.
Okay.
So her mother was like, obviously this girl you found had brown hair, or you would not be coming to me at all. So
Right.
it's not the blonde haired girl.
Right.
It's either Paige or this other girl.
Sure.
So Paige has brown hair. So that evening, the other brunette turned up safe.
So it's Paige.
So Pamela said, she said, I knew Saturday. So I just knew. She was like, this, obviously I held on to some string of hope, but like
barely.
in my mother's intuition gut, I knew that was her.
This is really sad.
I know. So Tuesday morning, her mother and some family had to go to the morgue and identify her.
Oh God, that's another thing I can't fucking imagine.
Oh yeah. Family identifying is one of the worst things at the morgue, for sure.
Do you ever have to be present when that happens?
Usually you're not technically present, like you're not standing in the room with them.
Yeah.
We always let them have their time. We set the person up and have to get them like ready for their family, because you don't want like medical equipment hanging off of them, and like
Right.
you try to clean them up a little bit and just
Make
make
it
sure that it's as little gore or like shocking thing, and as you show as little of them as you can to get. Yeah,
That must be a hard job too.
but it's really tough, because some people are very like, very just stoic about it, and just want to say their goodbye, and because that's what we get a lot of people that just want to say their last goodbye.
Right.
And
Oh,
so
that just made
people
me
will like
so
say their
sad.
last goodbye. Some people break down.
Of
Some
course.
people start like screaming. Some people are, yelling their name. It's like, yeah, you never know what you're gonna get.
I could never do your job.
And in this scenario with Paige's mother, I mean, what she saw, I don't know how she's functioning at this point.
Oh, no.
Because this is awful regardless of how someone died, but the way that Paige died was something that I'm sure scarred them for the rest of their life.
Oh, no.
She died of massive blood loss due to stab wounds.
Oh, God.
Now, she had over 100 stab wounds and 250 wounds altogether on her body.
250 wounds?
Her mother said the papers her mother said the papers said she was stabbed upwards of like 126 times, but her mother said it was much more than that. She said they are underreporting, I think, not to scare people.
Right.
And not to shock people, but she said it had to have been, all the injuries altogether were upwards of 500 injuries, she believes.
Oh, my God.
She said that she was stabbed with more than just a knife, and she could see that right from the jump.
Can you imagine your child?
No. When I heard her talking about it on a podcast, it is horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific. I can't even, and she's just like, yep, this is what happened. Like, she's very like I give her so much credit.
She must
for
have some
keeping
kind of like disconnecting.
Well, she's just
ability.
keeping it together.
Because, can you imagine, this
she
poor
has
woman
3
has
other kids,
other children to take care of. Exactly.
So it's like she's being a mom and she's taking it like, or being a parent, I should say. Any parent would do this. But she also said that there was a hole the size of a fist in her neck.
Oh, my God.
She literally said half her neck was gone.
Oh, my God.
Many of the wounds were to her head and neck.
Jesus Christ.
They believe a knife was used, as well as scissors and a screwdriver.
Oh.
Yeah. The day after her body was found, randomly, these random teenage boys posted a photo on social media of a bloody knife, saying that this was the knife they used to murder Paige.
What?
Yep. Friends of this boy reported them and said that they were on FaceTime with them, and this kid showed him a bloody knife and said he used it to kill Paige.
I never understand this.
No. Nothing in my body can understand this.
Right.
And this kid was also calling girls and telling them this, and he was being super detailed about it. Like, he was saying like what he did and like it was just really weird. They looked into it. They found that it was complete bullshit.
Like, what
there was
the
no
fuck
connection
is it? Like,
whatsoever.
are you trying to impress girls,
well,
or like
I'm
scare
what
them,
the fuck?
or
like, you don't seem like a badass if that's what you're trying to look like. You seem like a fucking crazy person. Yeah, like you seem like a monster.
And like, you are a monster for even pretending.
You 100% are. I don't know what happens in these cases when people like pretend to do these things, but
I mean, it's an obstruction of justice, isn't it?
I mean, it's derailing an investigation, I would think, because it's pointing it in a different direction.
I would assume in some cases they probably use that like against them, or in some cases they're like, they use it to scare them so they never do it again.
Yeah, exactly. So the police go back to the shops and they're like, all right, so the last person to see her that we know was John Leathem.
Right.
At the Delicious Deli. So he was like, when they went back to talk to him, these other police went back to talk to him. He was like, "Oh no, I don't know her."
And they're
I don't know who she is.
But you just said she
were
was
like,
here, and you did know
Wait
her.
a second. And he was like, "Listen, I have a busy bakery. I don't know who she is." And they were like,
"You knew her yesterday."
And like, she's been in here a ton. Like, right. She goes here all the time. So they take him in for questioning, and after hours of pressing him, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I did see her. She bought a roll and a sausage."
Right.
Like, yeah. And he said she seemed totally normal. Like, nothing was weird that morning. He said the same thing that he said to Ashi Ahmed. He said that she seemed totally normal. Nothing was out of the ordinary. So John Leathem was only 31 years old at this point.
Uh-huh.
He was a father of 2 young kids. He was married to a woman named Katya. He had a young baby with Katya and also had a 9-year-old daughter from a previous relationship named Paige.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Buried the lead on that one.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's just weird. Very weird. So they process the CCTV footage. They're able to watch it now. they have released a lot of the CCTV
Oh,
footage.
I don't know if I could watch that.
Well, it's nothing gruesome or anything.
No, I know. I find those videos, like, last moments, haunting as fuck.
It's spooky because on it you can see Paige enter the delicious deli at 8:21 a.m. So Ashley Ahmed was right. So they're watching the video and they're waiting for her to leave, and they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting. She never left that deli.
That's so
And they
scary.
release the footage of that so you can see her go in. She does not
never
come out.
That's the scariest fucking thing ever.
So they go back to Ashley
And
Ahmed.
it's before 8:30 in the morning.
It's literally it's before 9 o'clock in the morning. That's insane.
That's like the most unassuming time ever. Like,
and you don't think you're gonna walk into a fucking deli in the middle of the damn morning and something like that's gonna happen. So they went back to Ashley Ahmed. And they're like, we need the full 12-day loop of footage because now we need to see what the fuck is going on here. Because she didn't leave. So where the hell did she go? Because she was found somewhere else. So he had to get her out of there somehow. So he gives it right to them.
Yeah.
They also go back to Delicious Deli and they take John Leathem in for questioning.
Mm-hmm.
So they also are like, hey, you have a security camera inside your shop.
Mm-hmm.
We want the tape to that.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, oh yeah, absolutely.
But I lost it.
You can totally have the kit. No, he's like, here you go.
Okay.
You can have the tape. So he hands it over to them. Thing is, he gave them partial footage.
Uh-huh.
Now, he cut out most of the footage of that morning.
Oh, that's weird.
So
Why?
all of a sudden, you'll watch and they have the footage from inside.
Does it like blink out and then
all
pop
of a sudden
back on?
it's just like, there's just this big chunk missing and then it just goes about.
Oh, that's really fucking spooky.
In fact, you never even see her in the deli in this footage.
Of course not.
Yeah. So in the 12-day loop of footage, again, she never leaves that deli.
Right.
Now, they sent in a forensics team to the deli at this point, and they're searching for evidence because clearly they know she died here now.
Right.
Now, meanwhile, they're still going through these 12 days of CCTV footage from Ashley Ahmed, and they notice that she never left, but 2 hours after Paige entered the deli, you can see John literally run out of his deli. It's in the middle of, and it's like a busy morning.
Yeah.
There's like people milling about.
Right.
He runs out of his deli in a clearly panicked state.
Uh-huh.
He runs into another shop next door. He ended up buying some things and then running back into his own deli.
Okay.
Now, they asked the shop that he ran into what he bought there, and they were like, oh, he bought trash bags, bleach, and antibacterial wipes.
Oh, like the most unassuming items that you could possibly ever buy if you're in question of murder.
Especially around, like 10:30 in the morning. You're just running in there.
Just getting a late start
really
to cleaning.
Quickly. Yeah, just real quick. Now, they start talking to witnesses on that morning again, and they all confirmed that they were like, oh, yeah, the deli was open in the morning, and then it closed.
Okay.
And everybody's like, what? And they were like, yeah, he shut the blinds. Like, it was closed. And they were like, so 8:21, it's open. And then he just closes it.
Can you imagine if you ate at that deli later that day?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked.
Can you imagine?
No.
So at 10:03 a.m., you see John come out of the deli.
Mm-hmm.
He walks to his own car, which is right in front of the deli. Because what it is, it's like these 5 shops. Then there's pavement in front of these shops.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a parking lot right in front of the pavement. So like right in front of the shops are a line of cars.
That's actually exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So he comes out. He walks over to his car. He opens his trunk. And he looks like he's clearing space in his trunk.
Perfect.
Yeah. The next part was never released to the public.
Good.
They cut this part out. Her family has seen it.
Ugh, I wouldn't want to see
John
that.
is seen leaving the deli with a big trash bag. Now,
oh my God.
he puts this trash bag in his trunk, and at 11:59, he gets back in his car from the deli and drives away. Now, again, Paige was 4'8". She's tiny.
Right.
It's not crazy to think that she could fit in a trash bag, unfortunately.
Oh my God, that's awful.
March 24, 2016, John Leathem was arrested for the murder of Paige Doherty.
Mm-hmm.
They searched his home, and while this is all going on, the news showed him, he was literally, as this is going on, as they are searching his home, as he's been arrested for murder, he was in news footage as like one of those like, yeah, crazy that this happened in my community.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
Like he's one of those that likes to be like in the thick of it.
Oh, this is so weird because a lot of your cases like mine.
That's so funny.
It is.
So, and like he's talking about how awful it was, and he keeps saying, I have a daughter of my own
named
This
Paige.
is really hurt. Like, this is breaking my heart for her family.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. And Paige's mother said that he asked her to come to his house so he could tell her about the last time he saw Paige.
So he was going to get some like weird satisfaction out of
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, and then her mom is like on this podcast. I'll have to post the link to the podcast that the mom was on because it's really interesting to watch. If you're not from Scotland, it's a little hard to understand. Scottish accents can be a little hard to understand.
The brogue.
But I love them.
I do too.
Like, love them. But, you know, it can
I'm
be
a
hard
sucker.
to understand.
A sucker for a good
I
accent.
am too. I love it. The Scottish accent is one of the best.
Yeah.
But it's a really fascinating interview, and she's so fucking strong. It's unbelievable. And she was like, yeah, he asked me to come to his house and like was gonna tell me about. She was like, I don't even know, like, what did you want to tell me? Like, I don't need to know about the last time you saw her. Like, that's gross.
Right.
And then she was like, and then I think about it now, and I'm like, what the fuck was he gonna do to me?
Well, yeah.
Like, did he know that I was on to him at that point? Like, was he luring me in to get rid of me?
Right.
And it's like, fuck. So she said, she was like, yeah, she's like, I immediately knew he was a fucking creep. I don't want anything. Even before he was arrested and this was all a thing, I knew he was a creep.
She got like a weird vibe from
Yeah,
him.
again, this
Mama
lady.
vibes.
Pam Monroe has vibes.
Mama vibes.
So John stuck to his story. He was like, she got a roll, she got a sausage, she left. Even though they were like, no, but here's the footage that shows she didn't leave. And he's like, nah, I don't know what to tell you. She wasn't in my... And they were
you
like,
better figure it out. Figure it out quickly.
You're a big dum-dum, John.
Right.
A big old dum-dum.
That's exactly what they said.
Because it's like, really, dude, like, they have the footage. Where the fuck, like...
Well, and that's the most frustrating part is, like, when you're caught fucking basically red-handed.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, fess up.
That is a trait of, like, sociopaths.
To be like, no, I didn't
because
do
it's
it.
like, to, like, have the evidence laid out in front of them and be like, look, though, we have you on camera doing that.
No.
And they're like, no.
That happens in my case.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I had an ex-boyfriend who used to do that shit to me.
That's a
It was like-
gaslighting.
yeah, it's literally gaslighting.
You're like,
it's-
no, I have this text from Rhonda. And he's like, I've never met
he's
Rhonda.
like, no. I remember I had a literal
Movie stub.
movie stub saying, you went to this movie on this day at this place, and I held it up to his face, and he told me I was wrong.
It was a misprint.
And I was like, what? But they make you believe it.
And I was like, what?
And these people are used to getting people to believe them,
Yeah.
even when the evidence is blatantly not in their favor.
Yeah.
And he was just, I
was
think
like,
that
no.
he has probably lived his life getting away with that shit. Like this John Leathem, not my ex.
I was like, well,
I mean, who knows? I don't know. But I think John Leathem has lived his life getting away with being that way, with telling people nope, even though they're like, no, I have the evidence right here. He's like, nope, and they just go with it.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm just gonna do it here.
He's like,
and see
why
if
is
it
this
works.
not working?
Yeah, why is this not working right now?
And it's like,
It involves a murder, asshole.
right.
So when he went to court, he initially didn't enter a plea.
Okay.
Not guilty, not guilty. September 5th, 2016, John Leathem appeared in court and pled guilty out of nowhere. So he was arrested on March 24th, and it wasn't until September 5th that he went in and pled guilty.
Wow.
So here's his story.
Oh, goody.
He said that Paige came in that morning, bought a roll and sausage, the same fucking story. But now he says, they chatted a while. Because remember, before he was like, oh, yeah, I don't even know who she is. I didn't even remember seeing her. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Now he's
how
like,
the tides change.
yeah, now he's like, okay, yeah, we chatted. He's like, I was making her the roll and all that. And she was mentioning that she wanted a new job. Not
Wrong.
true. Mentioning she wanted a new job and that she was like, you know what? I'd really like to work at this fucking deli.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Like, first of all, there's nothing wrong with working at a deli. I'm not saying that. But she wanted to be a hairstylist.
Right, it just doesn't make any sense.
And she had a job at a hair salon.
Right.
Why would she stop working at a hair salon to work at a deli?
It doesn't
when
make
she
any
wants to
sense.
be a hairstylist.
Right.
None of it makes sense.
She's not a meat connoisseur.
And again, she loved her job.
Right.
It was well known that she loved her job. So she was like, oh, I really want to work at this fucking deli. And John was like, cool, you can fill out an application in the back. Already, I don't love it.
Yeah.
So he says,
like,
as she's filling,
the front.
yeah, like, you can just bring that shit to me out here and I'll sit at a table.
Yeah.
So he says, as she was filling out the application in the back, she had said that she was 15, and he was like, oh shit, you can't work here at 15. I need to get like special permission from your mom. Like, she needs to sign off. And that's normal, like, whatever. Well, he says she flipped out.
Because she really wanted to work at that deli.
Because she just wanted to work at that fucking deli so bad.
Yeah.
And he says, so she flips out and she says, if you don't give me this job, I'm going to go to the police and tell them that you touched me inappropriately. Nope, wrong. Bye. I don't think even one of these things tracks.
John Leathem.
On any galaxy.
You've pressed an incorrect key.
Yeah, John Leathem. Try again, sir. So, yeah, so no, doesn't make sense. Now, weirdly enough, he has a twin brother, John Leathem does. He has a twin brother who is a registered sex offender.
Yo.
He's a rapist.
Yo.
Now, what John said was, in that moment when she said, I'm going to tell the police that you inappropriately touched me, he said, I thought about how terrible my brother's life is now. Boo fucking who.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry for your brother.
Rapist twin brother has some trouble getting a fucking job and shit.
What a
no
bummer.
one gives a shit. But apparently he was like, I thought about how hard his life is now. And so I just couldn't let that happen to me. I couldn't bear that happening to me.
So instead I decided to go down as a murderer.
I grabbed a knife and I just started stabbing her.
In the middle of the deli.
What part of this makes sense in any universe?
No, it doesn't make any sense at all.
So it's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Does he ever come out and say what really happened?
No, that's his story.
That's so frustrating.
To this day, that this poor girl is dead, and he is still to this day saying she blackmailed me. She was the one saying that that she was going to go to the police and say I touched her.
It's like in the Polly class murder,
how
when he has to say that one last thing about her dad.
Yeah, it's these fuckers trying to get in one last evil dig at these people because they can't come and defend themselves. Up. So it's believed that he brought her body back to his home and hid it in a garden shed, then just hung out with his family.
Jesus
by the way.
Christ. Yeah, his children and his wife. Can you imagine fucking being married to him? That poor woman.
Fuck that.
That poor woman.
Katya. Pamela believes, Paige's mom believes, and I agree, that he tried something with Paige that morning, like tried to come on to her, and that she like rebuffed him and was like, fucking, you're gross and 31.
Right.
And she already had a job. She loved it.
None of that.
That doesn't make any sense. No. So she was and again, she was, like I said before, she was that kind of teenage girl. She was into fashion, into makeup, into style, into hair. I don't think a deli would be her ideal place to work because it's not like I don't think she'd be wanting to work somewhere where you're getting like down and dirty and like
it's just not a super glamorous
it's
thing.
not. So it just
Annie used to work at a deli.
None of this tracks. So what Pamela thinks is that he tried something with Paige. She was like, fuck no,
and he was pissed.
And he got pissed.
And was probably worried.
And then was worried she's going to go tell someone now.
And I'm going to end up like my brother.
And it all went down that way.
Happened.
But instead, he's going to put it on her.
Yeah. Why not?
Like a piece of shit.
Fucking soggy lettuce.
Soggy lettuce. Dehydrated asparagus lettuce. So his sentencing...
It's a genetically modified organism.
It is.
Sorry, go ahead.
So his sentencing trial was set for October.
Okay.
October 12th, 2016. He was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 27 years.
Wow.
Now, December 2016, this little turd was like, I want to appeal for a reduced sentence.
Why?
Because my sentence is quote unquote excessive.
Excessive for murdering a teenage girl.
You know what's excessive?
Murder.
Stabbing someone 500 times. That's pretty fucking excessive, you piece of fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And I read something where his lawyer said it too. He was like, they were like, it's a little overkill to like give him that much. And it's like,
weird how
speaking of overkill,
an eye for an eye.
You fucking asshole. Like,
maybe
holy
don't
shit.
use that fucking term when
Yeah.
you're like,
And excessive, it's like, this whole fucking thing is excessive, dude.
and unnecessary.
Well, the court lowered his sentence to...
Are you shitting me?
But they only lowered it 4 years. So they said life in prison with a minimum of 23 years. So,
but he could potentially be
technically,
paroled.
he could be paroled, which is not cool.
And he was only 30, so he'd be like 50 something by the time he got
Yeah.
paroled, which means he would be out in that fucking deli again, or like somewhere again, and could do the same goddamn thing.
Exactly, because he's an unhinged piece of shit.
I
So-
hope he dies in prison.
Well, in May 2017, Pamela,
Yeah.
Paige's mom,
yeah.
had a baby girl
And did she name her Paige?
named Penny Margaret Paige. How cute is that fucking name?
No. Like,
Penny Margaret Paige.
that moved my insides.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
It's just
No,
like-
I just got a sweeping emotion.
and I just like, and after like her baby girl was like stolen from
Penny
her in that
Margaret
way,
Paige.
I'm just so happy that her and Andy, like her and the stepfather, like were able to have like a little girl
Yes.
that has like Paige's like spirit. You know
and
what I
like
mean?
I'm gonna get so like ridiculous here, but you know how like when somebody passes away and then like you have a baby and you just feel like they like maybe like did something for you, or like
Yeah.
they're evident in that baby somehow.
Yes, absolutely.
I believe in that spiritual shit.
I'm totally into it.
You know what I mean?
I'm totally into that. Her mom is still trying to keep this case alive. She's still trying to keep Paige's memory alive. They still celebrate Paige's birthday. They donate to a charity in her name. They set up a charity called Paige's Promise.
Oh my god.
And I believe it's at paigespromise.org. I'm going to double check that. Either way, I'm going to put the link in the show notes for this. And on the website, what Paige's Promise says that they do is, quote, "We aim to help other families in similar circumstances. As we expand, we want to offer financial assistance to families towards funeral costs or expenses incurred while off work to cover bills. Our aim is to help families or anyone who's going through tragic circumstances and needs to gain peace and harmony in their life."
Wow.
So these people started a charity in her name just to help anyone else going through
And
this.
they just like turned it into such like a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
And they offer, through Paige's Promise, they offer like self-defense classes.
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
awesome.
Like they are doing it.
I
Like
love that.
it's unbelievable. And her mom is trying. So Paige apparently had like a bucket list
Stop.
that she wanted to like complete, and her
Yeah.
mom is trying to go through her bucket list and like do these things.
You're hurting me.
One of them is like going to NYC, which they did. Learning to drive.
Oh my god.
She was only 15.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Going getting a tattoo.
Yes.
Going to Barbados.
Stop this.
So they did, and it was like, so she was doing all these things in her name. She also, on the evening that John pled guilty to murdering her, at 8 p.m. that evening, Pam started a campaign called Pout for Paige, and it was her taking a photo with like the
duck lips.
Yeah, like the duck lips, because she was a 15-year-old girl and that's all she
Oh
did.
hell
in
yeah.
every
I duck
selfie.
lipped the shit out of my life
So
at 15.
they did Pout for Paige, and they started this, and it was just to keep her memory alive,
Yeah.
keep awareness alive. Basically, it's just people take a photo with the pouted lip and they write hashtag Pout for Paige. There was celebrities doing it.
Oh my god.
It went like crazy,
viral.
everywhere. Like,
I love that.
yeah. And I guess they still do it every year
Oh my
on the
God.
day they do Pout for Paige.
Can we pout for Paige?
I totally want to Pout for Paige.
I want to do that. Let's find out
because
what
I
it is.
love it. It's just so simple, but it's like so, and to
It's
see like
meaningful.
celebrities and like big names getting into it and stuff.
And you know Paige is somewhere seeing
yeah,
this
she's
shit.
somewhere being like, hell
Thank
yeah,
you.
Pout for Paige.
Yes.
Like, you all look great.
Yes.
And so what's crazy is recently the owner of the building where the deli was
Yeah.
planned to reopen it as another food place.
No, thank you.
Because he was like, and this person was like, we're losing money. We need to open it again.
I'm so sorry.
Who the fuck is gonna go eat there? Are you kidding me?
Not
right
me,
now?
sir.
Pamela went bonkers, obviously, about
Good.
this. I haven't found a lot of updates about it, but she was trying to stop this shit from
Yeah,
happening.
fuck
And
that.
honestly, I hope she can stop it from happening.
You know what
But-
they should put there if they were gonna fucking put anything is a hair salon.
They really should. That's right.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, I feel for her even that she just has to probably pass this place at times, you know what I mean? And knows that that's where her daughter was brutally murdered.
Ugh, that's awful.
And for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like,
senseless.
That's what kills me about this case. I mean, all murders are senseless, but this one is just like,
There's
it was
no
8:30 in the morning. She was stopping to get a fucking roll
to get
on her way to work.
To get
That's
breakfast.
And this guy just brutalizes her.
It's unfathomable.
Yeah. And he's like a little rat fuck, too.
And then blames her.
Yeah. So, fuck John Leathem. I hope he rots in jail.
Me too.
And
I hope he doesn't make it to get parole because I'm really pissed off about that.
I do too. So we're gonna follow that real close.
Sure are. We're gonna pout for Paige.
Everybody should pout for Paige.
Yeah.
Go take a look at Paige's Promise. I'm gonna post the links for all these things. It's just really cool. And if anybody has ever gone through shit like this, you know, check out Paige's Promise because they're trying to help everybody who's ever had to deal with this kind of shit.
That's amazing.
So that is the tragic story of Paige Doherty.
Oh, man.
But hopefully her memory
lives on
in a good way.
In
and
a
her
nice
mom's
light.
a fucking badass.
Yeah.
She really is.
Pam.
She's fucking Pam.
Also, can I say that like all I could think of was like Pam from The Office and like
Yep.
Andy from Parks and Rec, like getting
shit.
together.
Oh my god.
Weird.
Love that.
Sorry.
But that makes it like really cool.
It's like a I don't know.
A merging of worlds.
Correct.
A colliding of universes, if you will.
Yes.
Love
Thank
it. So yeah, so that is the tragic story of Paige Doherty, but we will post all the good things in there, and yeah,
we'll do that on Instagram, and you can see it at
Morbid Podcast.
We'll post about it on Twitter, and you can follow us at
A Morbid Podcast.
You'll see it on the Facebook page and the Facebook group.
Morbid: a true crime podcast.
I think you can send us an email telling us anything that you'd like to.
Preferably
somewhat
positive.
Yeah.
Morbid Podcast.
I was like, what did I just
gmail.com.
What did I invite us to? We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it weird.
But nuts where they're an actual piece of fucking wet lettuce, asparagus, dehydrated pea, nasty motherfucker. Bye.
Fuck you, John Leathem.
I haven't done that in a while and it's really hard.